Hello, welcome to the third part. Now, with the aircraft, with the mission plan uploaded onto the aircraft, we need to be sure to make sure that we take off in the right mode. Now, with fly-by-wire, it's mostly as a fixed-wing assisted mode, but because this aircraft is a VTOL, we cannot take off in this mode. So we come to the Action tab, and then we switch, or if you have a controller, you can set it to the quite Q loiter mode, which will let the vehicle take off vertically to the 40 meters, and then once it takes off at 40 meters, it will now transition to fixed wing. So the next thing we need to do, if you have a pitot tube, you put your hand to the sensor, you cover it, you perform the pre-flight calibration to make sure you have enough air coming into the pitot tube, so you see the reading up here. Now once that is done and you've also set the mode, the next thing is for you to arm the aircraft. So you arm the aircraft in Q loiter mode, and then you set, after you finish arming, you set the aircraft towards auto. So now here the aircraft is armed, and then now I set the aircraft to auto. So you see now when you watch the altitude scale, the aircraft is now taking off, and once it takes off and it reaches the 40-meter height, so you see the green line there, now the aircraft will start transitioning to fixed wing. And here is the speed at which the aircraft is flying. We can always change the speed of the aircraft in the parameter scale, but mostly you don't do that without the instructions of the manufacturer, because it's the manufacturer that sets the speed at which the aircraft is supposed to fly. So the aircraft will continue, will go from one mission to another. Now, once the aircraft is airborne, you should be monitoring your quick skill buttons to look at your altitude, how it's climbing, the ground speed, your wind direction. You can also be looking at your messages to make sure that you pick up any error messages that are coming into the aircraft. So here you could see that the barometer is okay, our airspeed was also okay, and we are flying very, very well. Now once the aircraft is completely done, so that's we are now heading to waypoint 3, so you can see it's also here. You can be monitoring your battery, GPS quality. So currently when you look down here, we have 10 satellites against HDOP, which is 1.2, which is very, very good. So at this point, we just wait for our mission to continue, and then the aircraft will come back home. So now the aircraft has gone through the entire cycle and it's now descending gradually. So now this is 2D. So in a 3D environment, you will see that the aircraft will be descending, it will be holding altitude until it hits the ground. Monitoring your messages, and you could see where the landing sequence started. Now you could see that it has hit the ground. So our aircraft has hit the ground. Now once it hits the ground, you disarm or it auto disarm the aircraft. You switch back into Q loiter, but the aircraft is what disarmed. Thank you.